Lifelinker's out. Ooh, we can tap it down. Oh man. Okay, I was gonna do the Silver Fur first, but I'm like, no, let's do Disruptor. Yeah. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? My name's Kyle. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out my video here on my channel, Arena Hacks. Today we're looking at Stealthy Subterfuge 2.0, which is way back here in the title. There it is, 2.0. Right around now, when I'm uploading this video, it's right as Dominaria United is being released. So this video is just supposed to be helping anybody getting started and building their new decks. I'm also going to be very busy this weekend, so it would be just this past weekend from when this video will be up. So I'm kind of making this now, editing it a bit over the weekend, and it'll be my Monday video. And I'll get to some Dominaria United stuff next week when I get some more time and the set hasn't just been released. So that's what's going on now. If you're watching this video sometime in the future, because it'll be good for a good while until rotation, although I'm going to redo a lot of these starter decks in somewhere around February. I think I'm going to remake them with and see what new cards will fit into them and how they've changed and stuff like that. But otherwise, onto this right now, Stealthy Subterfuge, my upgrade. There's definitely a few things I've taken out, and like with my other decks, I don't remember exactly what I've swapped with what. Things were here, things were there, things were in, things were out. So I lose track of what I've exactly swapped with what. So, but here's the deck list that I've come up with. There are some cards from other decks. I don't think I brought too many rares from other decks. Maybe March came from another deck. It's a good rare, so if pretty much any of your starter decks that have black in it, you want to take March of the Wretched Sorrow from whichever starter deck it comes in, and you want to be adding trying to work a copy of that into pretty much any one of your black decks, or decks with black in it that you start out with. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure the only other one is Undercover Operative right here, which we took from, again, I can't not remember which deck it originally came from. It's just one of the few rares from the other starter decks that I think actually works well in here. And because of its inherent ability to work well in pretty much any deck, seeing as though it copies any creature that's on the battlefield already, can be your own creature, can be one of your opponent's creatures, doesn't matter, whatever ability you need, you pick a creature that has it already on the battlefield, you make a copy of it, now you got that ability, boom, just like that. So I thought it was a great card to work into this deck. Other than that, just going over everything else that I put in here, Fading Hopes, I'm not sure if they were in here already, but 4 copies of them. It's just fun to mess around with your opponent. They work as protection to bounce your own critters back to your hand. You get Scry from it. Lots of value for only 1 mana. Because we're ninjutsuing in this deck a lot, it is really helpful to bounce our own creatures back to our hand so we can re-ninjutsu their abilities to bring them back in and stuff like that. So we got Lantern, 3 copies of Lantern Bearer, and 4 copies of Network Disruptor. The reason why it's balanced out that way is because Lantern Bearer is not a rogue or a ninja. The neat thing about Lantern Bearer is it's a 1 mana creature and it flies. That's the big thing about it. I think there are a few others that I considered that would have been the same mana cost and also fly. However, and the main thing we want to do with this is bounce it back to our hand with ninjutsu abilities. We attack, it's flying, our opponents have trouble blocking it. It's unblocked, we do our ninjutsu ability, bounce this back to our hand, get our creature onto the battlefield, do probably more than 1 damage, and then get the ability of whatever the ninjutsu ability is. Usually it's when it enters and it does something fancy, we'll get to that. And we'll get to do that as well. And then we have Lantern Bearer, we can just play back onto the battlefield for 1 mana again. The reason why I chose Lantern Bearer is because if our opponent does have some way of killing it or getting rid of it, and it ends up in our graveyard, we do have Lantern's Gift that we can then play later on for 3 mana, which is really nice, the disturb cost there, and that just brings us a whole lot of value to this particular type of creature and what it is originally meant to do in this deck. And it's originally meant to just be a 1/1 flyer, so our opponents have trouble blocking it, so we can ninjutsu stuff in and do more damage, especially with this guy. And that's the main reason, to take a little sidebar here, the main reason there's 2 copies of this in here. I'm not a big fan of this ninja in particular, but the main reason I put 2 copies in here is because just damage amplifier. It's a 5/5 that we can ninjutsu in for 4 mana, so, and it's a nice trick. when we can ninjutsu that in, and we have something like, say, the Silver Fur Master, right? Because now it's going to get +1/+1. If we have 2 Silver Fur Masters, this is now a 7/7. So the damage amplification from this just gets really awesome. And but we don't want to get flooded out on them. They're too much mana, so having only 2 copies of them is pretty perfect, I find. So Network Disruptor is basically the same thing, another 1 mana, 1/1 flyer. It works better in our deck because it gets boosts from Silver Fur's Masters, +1 to all ninjas and rogues. It's a rogue, so it does get that. Tapping down our opponent's creature is another great way to help make sure we get attackers in unblocked, so we can ninjutsu. So that's why Network Disruptor is good. The reason it's balanced 3 and 4 is because we do have 1,000 Phase Shadow, and because it's a rare. So when you get more rares and you want wild cards and you want to get more 1,000 Phase Shadows, they are very good in this deck. They're very fun. You drop Lantern Bearers and replace them with 1,000 Phase Shadow because it is yet another 1 mana, 1/1 flyer that we do have in the deck. So these are basically kind of like placeholders. They do work really good in the deck on their own as commons. But this guy just gets crazy when we start getting his ninjutsu ability going, which can be reduced with the Silver Fur Master because it is kind of a hefty ninjutsu ability for a 1/1 to be ninjutsuing in for 4 mana, right? But yeah, that ability does get really sick. We can start copying Silver Fur Masters. We can copy, this guy's legendary. We don't necessarily want to copy that. We can copy copies. We can copy all kinds of fun stuff. The funnest thing is to copy Silver Fur Masters because of the Anthem effect that it gets. So then we get another +1 effect on everything, and then another +1 effect on everything, and then another and another, and right? And it just keeps going if you can keep copying them. But anyways, that's what's good about that. Already talked about March. Let's keep going with the rest of the deck. Moon Circuit Hacker for card draw. You get this ninjutsu'd in. It's only 1 mana to ninjutsu, and you get card draw. You can also just loot, right? Draw a card, discard a card. That's often great, especially if you have dead cards in your hand that you're getting frustrated. Why do I have I don't want so many of these. You can discard them and do all kinds of stuff like that. Infernal Grasp, we could use more removal in this deck, but unfortunately, what the heck do we take out to replace it with? I really don't know. So we got the 3 Infernal Grasps. Those are really great. 2 mana is awesome. Silver Fur Master, I already talked about a little bit. Prosperous Thief helps us with a ramp a little bit if we can pop off a successful ninjutsu, or even if we just have this works for any ninja or rogue. So if we just have any ninja or rogue on the battlefield that just gets through unblocked, we create a treasure. It's just that's how it works. Now we don't create a treasure for each rogue that gets through, ninja or rogue, just 1 treasure, because it says whenever 1 or more ninja or rogues deal damage, you create a treasure. So it's just 1. If we have 2 Prosperous Thieves, it would be 2, but doesn't matter the number of creatures that deal damage. Biting Palm Ninja, another rare, just a great card. 3 mana ninjutsu ability for a 3/3, or it's just 3 mana to cast. A 3/3 has a menace counter. You get the damage in, you take the menace counter off, and you get to look at their hand and discard something or exile something, I think. So that's pretty sweet there. Hero's Downfall, this is in here. We really like more cheaper removal, but Hero's Downfall is really good because it also destroys Planeswalkers. So that can come in real handy there. And just an instant speed removal is always awesome. Kaito came in the deck, really awesome. So did this guy. These guys are really awesome. Love plussing this guy. Really, a little bit of a spoiler alert. There is a game where you really get to see me make good use of Kaito and stuff like that. So it really shows what he's capable of when you can really use his abilities right. Anyways, Satoru, and a little bit of luck in there that your opponent doesn't get him in there, and my opponent tried to get him. So, but anyways, yeah, Satoru Umezawa, another great guy for card draw. We're also looking at so many cards off the top of our deck, so that helps, just makes the card draw more valuable. Kotose, something we can steal something from their graveyard, take it from their hand and their library, so they don't have any more of those cards. They're annoying us. They're drawing too many copies of a card. We're really getting frustrated. One copy's in the graveyard, we exile all of it. Oh, and we get to cast 1 copy of it too. So that's really sweet. I already explained this guy to you. Land base, I'm pretty sure, is identical to what was already there in the pre-constructed. Pop over here for some stats real quick. 2.2 average. Kept all 24 lands. Make sure we hit our land drops. Can maybe even drop that for him. We get another 1 mana, or yeah, one of those 1 mana 1/1 flyers maybe. A full set of Lantern Bearers. Maybe more removal or something, drop 1 land and increase something like that. You could do that as well. That is not the right thing here. standard. I don't know why that was set. Rotation just happened. I don't know. Maybe it was already set to alchemy. I'm pretty sure if you go to your starter decks, they're all set to alchemy when you make a copy of them. And you can actually, because when you don't make a copy, you can't edit them or do anything. So I don't even think it shows you really what they're for. But then, yeah, you make a copy and you don't do anything, but you go into it and it's set to alchemy for some reason all the time. Just alphabetical order or something. Weird. But anyways, that's probably what that was. Let's get to some games and see how this deck works. But before I do, remember to hit that subscribe button and like the video as well. And make sure you leave a comment and what you think of everything to help support the channel. So let's get out there. I don't like that we have nothing to ninjutsu with the Moon Circuit Hacker. I like the double removal off the start. I guess Operative's okay, maybe, if there's something good that we can copy. Keep it. This is a 2-drop. We do have a pair of removal here, so it's not worth risking a worse hand. I just love how my opponents are just always off to the perfect start. Like everything in the exact order they want with all the lands. I've just been so busy lately, I haven't had enough time to play Arena. And I've had this new theory that when you don't play a lot, they make your games worse. And it's a pattern that seems to be holding true so far. Which is weird because that kind of seems backwards. You're kind of making people not want to play more. Ward is 1 or 2? 2. So we can't actually target it with anything. So I guess we just play this. That's all we can do. I guess we could have used removal on this thing over here. Would have made their guy bigger though. This way they still have to play another artifact, which of course for 1 mana, I mean, why wouldn't they just have, like, I mean, they've had a perfect hand so far. Why wouldn't the last 3 cards continue to be perfect? Oh, it's going to be a burn spell, maybe. I was thinking they'd make this guy bigger. No, they just get rid of our blocker. And still get their guy dead to move the counter on. A different kind of perfection than I thought, but still perfection. I mean, they couldn't ask for anything better, while we get absolutely screwed. Like, they literally couldn't have a more perfect hand. Alright, we do this guy because at the moment he can block each one of them safely until they play more artifacts, which of course they will. Or they just have all the burn spells they need. And I mean, when you have a perfect hand, you got a perfect hand. Oh, they have the artifacts too. They just have it all with only 3 mana. Like, why not? You know, double of the of their best creature. Such a jank deck too. It's all like commons and stuff. And we're literally getting pretty much all of our worst cards, and now it's way too late to do, like, anything. This is ridiculous. What a ridiculous game this was. Yeah, we can pay the Ward 2 for 1 thing. We take 2 damage, still. Well, let's see what they have in their hand. Wow. Be nice to showcase this deck when the shuffler is actually being fair. This is unbelievable. This is like all I've had for a week, and you wonder why I'm not playing much lately, Wizards. Yeah, let's go for it. And they'll have some kind of mysterious red counter that I don't know exists. And why wouldn't they have a card that doesn't exist? It's been that perfect for them anyways. Do we want to copy any of their stuff? Nah, nothing really good to copy. Get a Moon Circuit Hacker for a block. Oh, now we don't have enough mana to balance this guy. Damn it. I was thinking we block their other dude, and when they go to put the counter on it, we bounce it back to their hand. They have to rebuild it. But we need, it's got Ward 2, so we need another mana. We could gain a life by shooting this down, and then just chump block this, and then maybe bounce it later. But again, it's just us throwing literally everything we've got into just surviving. So let's see what they have first, and we'll make a play sort of like that. Right? Do we shoot down this guy? Chump block here. We can block and trade. Take 4, but we gain a life, so we go down to 2. That all sounds really bad. Let's see, they're definitely going to attack all. Block here. We can't bounce that. Kill this for 1. I don't know, he would go up to 5 then. So who do we block? Trump block maybe? Kill this, because we really can't take 5. They'll move this counter over here. Right, we'll take 5 and we'll gain 1 life and be down to 1. This way we take 2, unless they move the counter over here, which would be weird because this is going to go back to their hand. So I think we go this way, we kill this with our march. One. See what they have. They're going to throw that on their own, and they are too by the looks of it. Wow. They really wanted that. They could just do 3 damage to face if they have the spell. Of course they do. I mean, they just have it all, right? I guess this deck sucks when your opponent has absolute perfection. Thanks. Game. Not bad. I hope we get... Where's all our flyers? How come we never see our flyers? Creatures were supposed to... Oh, right. Right, yeah, right. I remember. I haven't been playing the game that much lately, so they're punishing me with bad deals. It's seriously... I start paying attention to that. You'll notice it's a thing. If you don't play the game for a few days or something like that, you just start... When you do start playing, it's just the worst. Just everything is just so unrealistic and just so set up. Wow. So this guy gets trampled when they have other guys, other wolves? Yeah. I wonder if they're running my... so I don't think that originally comes in the pre-built deck. Gets +1/0. Do I chump block with this? Or Infernal Grasp? Let's just see what they play. Maybe we'll just grasp it. I kind of want to save the grasp for something better, though. A more powerful wolf that they probably have, like that. Wait for the attack. Take 5 damage in total, but they won't get their card draw this way. So that actually was a good play to hold that. What is this guy? Ninjutsu ability. Look at top 3 cards of your library. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh. Or do we go with Kaito and create a token? No. Let's get a... Let's see if we can get some kind of blocker out. I feel like this deck should have more removal, but I have no idea what to take out in its place. Untap land? Well, how much mana do we want this turn? If we attack in, the guy definitely dies. We have no trick that we can do to fix that. Kaito and draw and discard, maybe? Or do we copy one of their dudes with the operative? We could do that. Another big blocker over here. Yeah, I'm not sure who to copy. Or this guy with the damage. I'm so pissed that we never see our flyers. Yeah, I guess their other guy here. So we have our own big blocker, or another big blocker. So these guys each have high toughness. So very good for blocking. Really hate how awkward. Just 2 hands in a row now. This one wasn't too bad. We had a bit better of a start, I guess. We were lucky that we held our removal, and then they played a really nice creature to remove. Like, if they would have played any one of these other creatures instead, like, we would have almost had to use our Infernal Grasp because I didn't play anything during my main phase, and still no flyers, but more land. Do this, draw and discard, maybe attack with this, and now they can just double block and take it down, but then they'd also take these wolves with them. No. You know what? Let's just do this, plus it. Discard one of our lands.
Get in, get out. Easy mission. There's no secret I can't.
Oh, this guy is pretty decent. Let's get rid of that. Just because it's tapped. I mean, it's nice to gain life, but it is tapped, so meh. This guy will get bigger, right, when we have this on the field. That is true. I do like that. Let's get him out. Wolf token, pretty good. Trying to go wide and get us, not casting any spells. That's also really good for them. I guess that can't flip. We really need more removal now. Or our flyers. God's sakes. We definitely can't attack. We can play 2 spells to flip it. If we do this, what do we discard? This guy maybe? Do the plus here? Or do we make an unblockable ninja? We might have to do that. They're going to try to attack through and kill Kaito this turn though. Maybe we make the ninjas a blocker, play Silver Fur, all our ninjas get a pump.
Someone on the inside who can help.
Throw this down too for more blockers. Currently we have 1 more blocker than they do. They'd have to get a haste creature for us to actually need all of our blockers. It's risky, but I think we keep it. I can't see what they're... The flames in the background image, I can't see what their countdown is. It says 2, so we did lose one somewhere in there. That sucks. So I'm pretty sure it didn't get all the way down. The program is just so fair like that. Oh yeah, your opponent will just have more counting. You didn't actually run out a timer, but we'll give your opponent more than you. I'm pretty sure that says 2. If it doesn't say 2, then I'm just talking out my butt right now. Which one's this? This guy. I took this one out of my version of this deck. He may be playing an unmodified version, but I didn't think this came in the original. What's this one? Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's a mana dork. This guy's a 4/6. That's nice. Yeah, I'll be patient with them. They were patient with us. Unless they were saying you're going to putting emotes and I was just paying too much attention to my hand and didn't even see that. That may have happened. It does happen sometimes. You go, hurry up, man. I don't even know. I really want to attack. I guess we do have this guy and we can get damage through with this, but is that what we want? I kind of want card draw. And we can get more card draw off Kaito if we attack as well. The only thing I don't like is we're going to lose our token. Because if we bounce it, it disappears. But we still aren't getting our flying, which is a big problem. We're not getting enough blue sources either. That's getting annoying too. So let's do it. Let's attack with our unblockable. Ninjutsu and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, this guy gives us card advantage too. So we're actually getting good card draw here. One from Moon Circuit Hacker, another one from Satora. What do we want? We have a big guy already. Do we want another big guy? Where do they go? At bottom of the library? Bottom of the library. Do we want a big guy? Ooh, yeah, I think we need as many big guys as we can get. So we are getting some good card advantage here. Hopefully we find another removal, because we actually do have a fair amount of those in here as well. And you can't block it because you already declared no blockers, unless they have a thing to... They could have a burn spell. Good, good. I really want that card draw. I know we have in this deck what we need to... Oh my god, to deal with this. More card draw. Come on. Still no removal. Are you freaking kidding me? So we match them for blockers. No, we're one short. And they do have trample. We don't have enough mana for this, so let's get this guy down. It's a 5/4, which is nice because of our 2 silver furs. Quite the stalemate we're at right now. Until someone hits a card that's just going to change everything. We've been hitting so many cards, but nothing too game-changing. 1 or 2 removal. Like, with seriously, all our removals instant speed. We could just go for a big attack, play some trick, like, do it at a great moment, like, really blow them out of the water. Like, all we need is 1. Well, I mean, a couple would be nice, more than 1, but come on, deck. We've drawn enough extra cards. And still with the lack of blue, what is up with that? So what is that guy? First strike. 2-0 until end of turn. First strike. They did the first ability there. So anything we block with is a chump. We pretty much have to block. We can block with this because it doesn't transform. Might as well. It doesn't have trample as far as I know. It's not getting a boost from Silver Fur. The one we can afford most to lose. That's super annoying. So now they get some card advantage out of that. They are getting good stuff, which is really, really annoying. Stop it. Yeah, it's a little late for that now. I mean, we could do it still. We could still ninjutsu one of these guys in. That'd be a 7/7. Ninjutsu for 4. Actually, we would have 3 mana left after that. But we have to have creatures unblocked in order to ninjutsu them, that's true. So we'd have to play this and attack with them next turn in order to have unblocked stuff. We don't want to attack with too much because they're going to go after Kaito soon. Do we want to attack with anything? If we attack with anything with 5 power or higher, anything they block with will die. They have to double block this to kill it. So let's play this out just for fun. That looked like we may have lost the countdown there. I don't know. Next. So I'm going to try with our Prosperous Thief. And if we make some trades, we make some trades. And if we don't, we get a treasure token. And then we hard cast this. It'll be a 7/7, which is going to be an amazing blocker. I'd like to get the damage in, but I think we hard cast. to have that big 7/7 blocker. Get the treasure too. I don't think we really need it. Get the card draw here. Did we attack?
Thanks.
I'm like, come on, another land, but it is a blue source at least. Ay, ay, ay. This game, seriously. Big fat 7/7 blocker. They didn't block the Prosperous Thief, which was nice. How nice of them. Looks like they're going for no spells cast again. Trying to build up a nice big fat army. Of course, no spells cast, they flip. After we did all that work to cast 2 spells. What is this thing? I want to see it bigger. Just ward 1, ward 3 on night side. That's nice. That could help. We could now we might be able to do a bigger attack and have some fun. What do we do with Kaito? Get a token or get another card? I think we get another card because then they're going to retaliate and kill Kaito. Problem is they have so many tokens they can block with a lot of decent shit. We do have a flying, so we can use that to ninjutsu with this. We kind of want to do that because we get card advantage over here. What do they have for toughness here? I see 5 is the highest. Any first strike? No, and they can't give this guy first strike because they don't. Oh, they do have the mana for it. They can give him first strike. So that's a risk, but yeah, we do that maybe. These 3? Yeah. Maybe I should. No. They're just so small. They're just going to block them with something that'll just devour them. That's why I don't want to really attack with these guys. I'm like, oh, I can Fading Hope to save them, but that's exactly what we're going to end up forcing ourselves to do. So they give that first strike, kind of figured. Maybe they go block there and we bounce them to save that. Save our dude that way. Yeah, and then they got those chump blockers there. That's what I was really most annoyed with. So we get this in for damage. I say we do. And we get our card draw this way as well. Maybe we find some removal. Screw you, game. Do get another bounce. How much blue do we have left? 3 lands, 4 if you count the treasure. So do we bounce our own guy back? Oh, we can ninjutsu this for 4 with this guy's ability. Oh, right. We don't want to do that, though. So we bounce our own guy back, or do we bounce their guy to their hand? They have to replay him then. I think maybe we do it that way. We get to scry 1 if it's, what, 3 or less? Damn it. So we can bounce our own guy to save it. And then we could replay him or save him for ninja. No, let's replay him so we have a blocker. Do we do that? Is that the play? No, let's bounce their dude. I do really want the scry. So let damage go through now. Down to 4. Plus here, so we get more cards.
I know something.
Nice. How many spells have we cast so far? At least 2. We did a Fading Hope, so that's our second one for sure. So it's gonna go day. And I say we hold our Network Disruptor for next turn. Ooh, maybe we should have played it for a chump blocker. You know what? We don't care about Kaito. If they really want to take Kaito down, they're gonna have to attack us with a lot. And then that's gonna kind of give us the game. In fact, we have a flyer and Fading Hope. Before we take our turn, we bounce one of these guys to our hand. They can't block our flyer, at least for now. They can't block our flyer. We attack them. Ninjutsu a 7/7 into play. I think that's how we win. So literally all we have to do is survive and make sure they don't have a blocker for flying, with reach. And that they don't kill our lantern thingy. It has to lose summoning, sickness, and attack. And it looks like they're out of cards in hand, so it looks like we got this game. They can go Hellbound for Kaito. As long as they don't kill us, we're good. So before we take our turn as well, we also have to remember to do this. Yes! There it is. Wow, what a game. Hey, we get to go first. Damn, we won't. We need that black source. So we can't do our lantern bearer first turn. Ugh. What's the flip side? Lantern's gift. Interesting. So they have something for 1 mana. Now what do they have? Kind of a slow start to this game so far. We finally played our first spell. They're thinking about playing their first spell. There it is. Oh, I guess we're holding priority with Fading Hope. Ah, stupid those little tiny fruit flies. Tap that down. Go figure. Not surprised. And they could have tapped down their already tapped land or our other land, so we can't actually do anything. We could have just tapped it down before it resolved to cast our Fading Hope, but that would make no sense. What would we use our Fading Hope? Why would that help? Looks like we're in a mirror match, though. I just thought of that now. It's like, oh yeah, they just played a Disruptor. We got Disruptors, so yeah. Do they want to trade their Disruptor for our Lantern Bearer? Or they just have removal for our Lantern Bearer, whatever. Ooh, what'd they exile? Oh, that's cool. And we can prevent them from gaining life. Yeah, let's use it. Let's bounce our own guy. I kind of want the creature, though. I don't want that enchantment that we flash back. Ooh, I do want another land. That is tempting. It's another black source, which is very tempting. I think we got to keep it on top. Ugh. Boring land on top. But we needs it. I think we hold up just to keep our Fading Hope again. Oh, that's not nice.
There are many secrets I don't know.
That's what you do. You make him a little boogeyman. Little boogeyman. I don't know. What are you, little ninja man that can't be blocked? Unblockable. That's the word I'm looking for. There it is.
It's like your defenses aren't even there.
Do we want to bounce the token? I kind of do. Tempted to see if they didn't attack with their flying. I wonder if next turn they try attacking with both. Yeah, see, that's kind of why I almost didn't want to keep that land on tap. Now we drew one too many lands now, and I'm just like, ugh. Do we bounce their Disruptor so we can get an unblocked attack so we can do this? I think we do. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to bounce their token too. But their token can't block our guy. Okay. I like it. And we draw it. Can't play it, don't have the mana. That's okay. guy back on the field. They probably attack now in ninjutsu, I would imagine. Do that first and then plus Kaito. And there it is. Probably ninjutsuing as well, I would imagine. What does this one do? Oh, this one's super annoying. Alright, it gets to destroy a creature. Oh, he has to discard a creature. He's probably going to throw the Disruptor away to get rid of probably our Moon Circuit Hacker. Is that what it's called? Moon Circuit Hacker? Yeah, Moon Circuit Hacker. Okay. I knew it was Circuit Hacker, but I couldn't remember what that first word was. Yeah, and okay, no, they go for the Lantern Bearer. So that's not bad because we can give something flying now. Unfortunately, if we bounce that flying thing back to our hand, we lose the enchantment permanently. It goes to the to exile. So I say we hit Kaito here, hit their Kaito. Get rid of that. Play this, plus up. And then do Dismal Backwater, and we don't need to play Silver Fur Master. Yeah, so let's go with our own Kaito now.
I could sneak right by, but
Nice. I actually like that. We can play this tap, and then still play this out. Kaito phases. See, that's what's kind of good. Like, you can plus Kaito without worrying about creating that blocker. You don't need to worry about blocker on the first turn you play him. You're almost guaranteed to get him the second turn because he phases out. Unless your opponent can shoot him with something instant speed before the end of your turn, and then he doesn't get the chance to phase out. I kind of don't want to block, but if I don't, they're going to ninjutsu for sure. I don't want to lose our other flyer though. They're definitely going to ninjutsu. I kind of don't want that to happen, so let's take the block. There's a flyer of their own, 4 mana to get +2/+2. This gets +1/+1 on flying. That's good. Good, good. You can go out there. 3 mana for that, right? How many do we have? 6 mana, so I can play this and give it flying or something like that. Let's go for the attack, see if they get the block. If we don't want to draw and discard with our Moon Circuit Hacker, so we're going to swap with the Thief. That's 2 mana, 2 mana. They do go for the block. I'm okay with that. We attacked, so we still get this without a discard. That's cool stuff. Deal combat to create a treasure token. Yeah, let's go with this guy and give him flying. Okay, this game is definitely going better. Definitely interesting. Just got a little more annoying. Dang, we can't attack this turn either to get the draw without discard. Lame. Let's get a flyer down just to have a flyer. Tap down. No, let's just... this one. Why not? Might as well tap down their land, right? Just think, I don't know, maybe they have a 2 mana instant that they, I don't know. Now they're forced to either play it or not play it until they untap. I really want to plus Kaito. But if we do that, what do we discard? Oh, I don't want to discard anything. I do really want to plus Kaito. What's his -7 emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for blue-black creature card, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle. Okay, that's a little busted. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice, see what we get.
There's no secret I can't.
Oh, I really want to keep that Fading Hope. I say we ditch one of the masked Silver Fur Masters. That kind of sucks, but yeah, do what you got to do. Let's end turn, see if we can ninjutsu this guy into the battlefield just for gits and shiggles. Specialist enters the battlefield, return up to one target creature to its owner's hand. Okay. Again, annoying. We're going to return our Disruptor. Kaito's getting big, though. If we can ultimate that, let's just, yeah, I'm not going to Fading Hope. How much mana is there? 4 mana. So we don't get to scry if we Fading Hope their stuff. Oh, what does this one do again? This one enters the battlefield, exile target card other than from an opponent's graveyard, and we get to cast those. So this is 5 mana, one of them. Oh, we only have 1 mana left? Ugh. I think it has to be a creature. So not this turn, but following turn we can do one of their Disruptors. Or this guy. No. I think we play it because it is a good blocker. And then we play the Disruptor as well. Actually, let's go like this. Is it any card? Enters the battle. Other than basic land card. Oh, so we can take anything and cast it. Ooh, that's delicious. Do we want Kaito? Maybe we just take Kaito and hold it back in case we lose ours. That's dirty. You know what? Let's go with removal. Let's go with this one. I doubt they'll have it anywhere, but we take a look at everything. Okay, and search. Ah, we did use a timeout, dang it. So what are we, okay here. Let's plus now. We want to try to hit that ultimate.
I know something.
Ooh, discard. What do we want to discard? Fading Hope? Kind of don't. Or do we just hit the land? Let's just get rid of the land, actually. I want to keep Fading Hope. Let's keep Fading Hope. We can exile Silver Fur Master to make X equals 2 on this. So let's see what they do now. They have the Silver Fur. That makes this a 3/3. That guy as well. Oh, that's super annoying. Okay, let's let that go. And they're deciding where to attack. So I think they go for Kaito, or else we ultimate next turn. Just a quick, when does that ultimate trigger? Whenever a creature deals combat damage. Ooh, so we actually have to trigger it like that. But let's save Kaito anyways. Alright, let's hit it.
Mission's compromised. Time to go. Feeling overwhelmed?
We're going to pay 2. Submit 0. We're going to just do mana. We're going to hit you. Bang. Play you. Tap you down. Now we get damage in, which means we get a free creature. We're not ninjutsuing that. We should have actually. Damn. Okay, what do we want? Big boy? No, let's go this guy. This is cool. do have decent stuff. Yeah. What is this when it enters? Bounce something. Thank you. I would love to play that again and steal, I don't know, your Silver Fur Master, I guess. Do we want to make this trade? Yep. I think we do. We don't want them ninjutsuing a lifelinker. Gaining life. We don't want that. So we need to get damage through, which unfortunately I don't think we can do because they'll just block. We could bounce it back to their hand, right? By copying it. That works. I like that. And we got this emblem going for us. Do we get a big boy out there? Let's go with our big guy. So the damage output. Let's give him flying as well. And make him a 6/6. So he's a huge threat for them to deal with now. Oh, they bounce it, right? That is my bad. I knew that we knew they had that. Oh, well, we can ninjutsu it now. Unless they get another blocker, which I think, nope, that's too much mana. Depends on what that other card is. They do get another blocker. Do we get a bounce? No, but we do get the other copy of that. You know what? We can do this and we can steal something from their graveyard that taps their stuff down. Like, we could steal Kaito even, but we don't. We steal this. May get no more of them. And in we go. They trade, which makes sense. But we still get this rocking and clocking. What do we do now? Let's go Silver Fur because it pumps our team. Yeah. Yeah, that ultimate from Kaito, it's just like we're just spiraling out of control right now. It's like, yeah, they're playing some good stuff now and I just don't even care because of that emblem. And we're just steamrolling. Lifelinkers out. Ooh. We can tap it down. Oh man. Okay, I was gonna do the Silver Fur first, but I'm like, no, let's do Disruptor. Yeah, tap something down. Then we got damage when we bounce something else. If we bounce this, this is their Disruptor, remember. If we bounce it, it goes to their hand. And I've tested that against Sparky. If you ninjutsu a creature that you stole, it goes back to your opponent's hand. It doesn't say owner's hand if you read ninjutsu. Yeah, up there in the black box. It says return it to your hand. From the battlefield, onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped. Oh no, wait. Attacker you control to hand. Doesn't say anybody's hand, just to hand. Okay. Weird little thing I noticed, but it definitely goes to your opponent's hand, and I think that actually does make sense. So something to keep in mind. Okay, there you go. What'd you think? First game? Ugh. I mean, your opponent gets just the dream setup. What more can you do? And I mean, we were getting so screwed for that game too. Second game was a little, well, I think, as I remember, it's getting hard to remember already, but I think it was a little shaky at the start, but we kind of stabilized there and were able to pull through in the end. Squeak that win in barely. Epic game, I think. Last game, that was fun. Getting that, like I was talking about in the foreplay there, getting that Kaito up to 7 and getting that emblem. We could have even stolen their Kaito, so we could have casted it as well. So we could have gotten Kaito back in that way, but we really didn't need to. There was just other things we were able to do to put on more pressure, other things to copy with our Kotose, so that was fun. You know, we were hitting our card draw, right? You know, we were just plussing Kaito right from the very beginning. That's all we did, card draw, draw card, card draw, card draw, card draw. Doing the same way was our Moon Circuit Hacker. We were trying to make as much use of that as we could too. This guy, we were lucky when we found him, but we were drawing so many cards, right? So we found him. draw more cards, right? When we get that damage in and stuff like that. We managed to take care of their Kaito. That was a big deal too when we were able to take that thing down. And we were lucky also too that we had the lucky and smart too. I kept my mana on tap to hold the Fading Hope so we could bounce their creatures so they couldn't kill our Kaito. And that's what allowed us to get to the -7, and that's what absolutely won us the game in the end there, just picking creatures out of our deck. All we had to do is make sure we get something to do damage. Something has to get in unblocked, and there we go, right on. Awesome. So that was super fun. So glad got to showcase an ultimate ability from a Planeswalker in a starter deck video. That is awesome. And this is like free to play upgrades that I've made to this. Like I said in the intro, and with all the other decks that I do like this, they are all cards you have when you first start out, minus a few commons and uncommons. They're the easiest wild cards to acquire, so you shouldn't have too much problem building any of these starter modifications that I do. And that was really awesome to get that, what do you call it already? I forgot. The ultimate ability of a Planeswalker. So awesome. And they weren't doing nothing. They were dealing with a lot of stuff. I think the beginning of that game was slow too. It wasn't until we got that ability that I forgot it again already. Ultimate, that's what it's called. Ultimate. It's when we got that, just steamrolled them. But anyways, let me know what you all think of the video. Like I said in the foreplay, also hit that thumbs up. Like I said, support everything on the channel with the thumbs up, your thoughts, and a subscription if you haven't subscribed already. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you at the video next week. Cheers.